Hi guys, and welcome to another Hulls video. I'm Zerfall, and today we're going to be discussing, I think I got 4 games here. This is really late in the month, and there's a reason for that. One of these Hulls video items is a gift for my brother for his birthday, which was earlier in the month. But he lives in Toronto, and I wasn't going to see him till now, so I didn't want to be posting this video in the off chance that he looks at it. Every once in a while I get a comment from him on a video, so I can't really risk showing his present off here before he gets it. But let's get on with it. First up, boop, it's Karnov. Now, I mentioned Karnov in the last Hulls video where I got Bad Dudes, and Karnov is the first boss of Bad Dudes. This game did come first. I used to think it was the other way around, but this game came first, then Bad Dudes, and he was sort of a recurring character for Data East games. This game came out in North America in 1988, and it's a platform game. Run around, jump around, shoot fire out of your mouth. You have to find items and use them to gain access to other areas or use them as weapons, and it's actually pretty hard. I didn't beat the first level in the time I was spending to make the footage you see to the side. There, that side. So it's a pretty good game, maybe. If it was less difficult, I'd have a better idea of it, but I'm sure if I put a little more time into it, I'll get better at it and able to be a better judge of how good it truly is. Next up is a game. It's published by Broderbund, which is one of my favorite companies. But this game is, boop, let's get that at right angle, Legacy of the Wizard. Now, this is actually a game from the Dragon Slayer franchise, which is a franchise that was mainly in Japan. 2 games came out over here, this one and Faxanadu, which Faxanadu is a spin-off of Xanadu that was made for the Nintendo. That's why it's Faxanadu. It's Famicom and Xanadu put together. But all the games are reworked every time. They rework the engine and everything, so they're very different games. This one you take the part of a happy anime-looking family that needs to slay a dragon. I don't know the whole story behind it, but it is a platform action RPG where all 4 family members that you can play as will take on different sections of the dungeon better. And you can try to make the other ones work for certain sections, but you'll often end up running into dead ends, or in one case I actually ran into a spot where if you go with the wrong character, you end up in a place where you can't get out. But you know what, I didn't know so much about the secret passages then, so there might have been a spot where I could drop out the bottom and at least get back to the main building. It kind of is, I guess, like a cross between an action RPG, early action RPG, and like a Metroidvania style game where it's open world and you can go to pretty much anywhere right away, and it might not be the right place to go. You might get yourself stuck or have to turn back and find another way around until you get the right item that you need. But I did manage to beat the first boss using the dog character, which turns into like a bit of a lizard dinosaur thing. They each turn into something else when you take them into the dungeon, and their pet dog is one of the characters. But he can't use most items because they don't fit his paws. So with the multiple characters and whatnot, it's a pretty fun game. Next up, this is the one that is for my brother, and it is Zelda, A Link to the Past. And, I mean, there's not a lot to say about this game. It came out in 91, I think. And, I mean, there's not a lot of people that don't know about Zelda Link to the Past. It's one of the classic games. Almost everyone that owned a Super Nintendo at least played it at some point in time, if they did not own it themselves. And so there's quite a few copies out there, but what makes this a bit of a better present is that it came with a box. Hey, look at that. This box has its little inside cardboard still too, but it's also got the instructions. Wow. So this is one of the first games I've actually bought more or less complete. Any other complete games that I have in my collection are pretty much ones that we had. I don't even think I have a box. I used to have the Final Fantasy 1 box, but I think that it got lost eventually in a move. But this instruction booklet is actually in pretty good condition. It's not all dog-eared and everything, so that's pretty cool. But to top it all off, it's got the top secret packet. And the top secret packet is still sealed. Whoever owned this copy of the game before it got sold, maybe in a garage sale by someone's parents, was too proud to open up the top secret packet and receive spoilers. And it mentions in that right on the cover here that you should consult this booklet only as a last resort. They're trying to pull the whole, oh, you don't want to wuss out and use the FAQ. So, I mean, that's the present I got them, and if you haven't played Zelda Link to the Past, you probably should go and figure out a way to do that, because it's one of the games that made Zelda games what they are today. Especially after they did Zelda 2, and a lot of people didn't like that. This was more back to the original formula of the top-down and whatnot. Last up, and this one is got a bit of an announcement attached to it, which will be elaborated on Sunday if I release these videos when I think I will. And that is BaseWars. Now, BaseWars is a baseball game where you play as robots. It was released in 1991 by Ultra Games, and you can play single player, dual-dependent mode, which is what I hope to be doing in the near future. There's also head-to-head play, and according to the Wikipedia article, there is co-op, but I don't know if that's actually true, and if it is, how it works. But the important thing is the game takes place on the baseball diamond, but it's also a fighting game. Whenever anyone gets tagged out, the person who tagged them and the taggee end up in a fight to, not the death, but until they run out of their allotted hit points. The closer you are to the next base, the more hit points the runner has, but he's always at a disadvantage. The tagger always has full hit points. The big important part of this battle isn't just you can manage to get an in-the-field home run if you win 4 fights. It's that you can kill 3 of the opponent robots, completely destroy them, and if you do so, you win by default. So even if you're not good at a baseball, or baseball video games in this case, you can still manage to win even a huge deficit by killing 3 of their robots. They can take damage in other ways too. Hit them by the pitch when they're low enough on health, you'll blow a robot up. But you gotta be careful too, because if you get too close to that blowing up robot when you're in a fight, they will take damage. And the announcement for this is that I'm going to be doing a Let's Play of it for sure, and we're going to be doing a custom team. So there'll be some more details on how you might be able to get on that custom team coming up in another video shortly. That's it for this month. I guess that's technically the March hauls, even though it's well into April now. I'm Zerfall. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.